Shay family. This is Edwin Rose, always trying to bring you guys the truth, man. Hey, I want to do a quick video about Miss Tabitha Brown. Um, I've shared both videos of the last two videos about Wendy Williams well, the first video was about retiring her husband. The second video was the response to Wendy Williams. Um, I must say this first, man. I must lead out with this, man. This is what I've been talking about with Black Unity, man. This is what we need more in the community of um yeah. We need that. Listen, she briefly mentions dedication, unity, the struggle that they went through, but that's what people have to understand and overstand is the struggle, that we can struggle together, then we can build together, and instead of looking for the quick bag or the quick come up. Women look at men as licks, and men look at women as possessions and stuff, and a lot of them do. But this is where the general people need to be. Now, only bad thing that I have about that, of course, is the religious part. Um, no, and see, this is the issue that I have with religious people. They give credit to this God when it was them. It was her understanding. It was his understanding that we're poor or we're not where we want to be. But if I have the opportunity to do something to build for us, then I'm going to do that. And then when you get up and you get the opportunity that's making more money, and it's going to be an adjustment for them. It's going to be an adjustment for them. I get that because like I've told y'all, I've had my ups and downs. It's going to be an adjustment for them, but she's making enough money where he can pursue his dream. Man, that is beautiful. She put in the hard work. He broke his back 15 years for the LAPD, putting his life on the line to support her, not God. She, while he supported her and the family, she found her niche. She found her niche. She started doing her blogs. She started doing her videos, and now she's a influencer, and she could make enough money to say, "Hey, baby, retire." And I even love the video where she bought her, I think it was her dad or his dad, a truck. You guys did that. You guys put in that work. You guys did that, and made those sacrifices for each other and uplifted each other. That's the narrative. Not giving it, just you just giving all the credit to an imaginary being. This is why I tell y'all, man, we gotta leave this religion shit alone. Because let me contradict or fucked up her whole point. So I'm gonna just use the top six religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and Sikhism, Sikhism. They all have, listen to me, you're giving power to something that doesn't really exist and it doesn't even matter. Because these six different religions have six different gods. The Hindu religion is Shiva. Buddhism is Buddha. So y'all get the point. Y'all get the point that I'm trying to make, right? Y'all understand the point that I'm trying to make. It's not these gods that's doing it. It's you that's doing it. It's you that's putting in the work. That's where we need to create the workshop of the man and woman relationship. She has the key. She has somebody that's been with their husband for 23 years. He took a job as a fucking cop, held her down all these years. Now you get to see the shit that people fantasize about and say, you know what, baby, now I did what I had to do in those 15 years. It took long because she said 5. It took longer than the 5 years, but now, bro, I got you. I love that. I love that. I've told y'all about when Farrakhan be talking about don't no broke man deserve a woman, don't no woman want this, and don't know what. We got to stop all the separatism. We need Tabitha. I understand she's an influencer on her for her cooking shows, and I watch it because I want to live the vegan lifestyle. I've already told y'all. That's my thing. This is how I know about her. This is how I actually followed her. But she throws me off because she does the religious thing. And and I can dispute the religious thing in it. Y'all already know that. And I don't hope she gets it and sees it. I hope somebody takes this. And because I've only been with my wife and I, we've been together for a long time, on and off. But our marriage is fairly new. This is our 5th year. You guys on here has been married for 25, 30 years. Y'all need to get on here and talk about the true shit that goes on in a relationship and about holding each other down. The man being the financial provider, then something happens and the woman takes the financial lead. It doesn't make you less of a man or less of a woman. And you got all these people like you're a punk if you ain't working, you don't deserve to eat. If you don't, no, bro. No, bro. With all this shit against the black man and the black woman, we have to uplift each other, and we're not doing that. We have to uplift each other, and we're not doing that. When you're ready to get into a relationship, and then I tell y'all, I've said this to my sons. I've said this to people that call me and be like, "Hey, Coach Rose, man, I need some advice. What are you talking about, man? I'm trying to be in a relationship. Got this girl. Are you ready for a relationship?" And I think I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And I'm telling y'all, I could be wrong. From 18 to 25, go do you. Focus on getting your education. Focus on a trade school. Focus on going to the military. Now, if you meet somebody during that process, be honest with that person because you can do those things and be married. Okay? But I'm saying to you, I'm saying to most of us, men, you're not ready to be married at that young age. You're not. I don't think you are. I don't think too many men are ready to get married at that young age. Now, if you are ready to get married at that young age, you have to understand that you're going to go through a lot of trials and tribulations, and you have to be prepared for that because it's not all going to be like this. It's not. It's going to be, whew, whew, whew. Trust me, it's going to be a rocky road. It's going to be a rocky road. And then you guys got to understand, most of you guys have careers and want to do things and be athletes and be entertainers and be stars and stuff like that. Most of those guys' wives cheat on them in the first year. Are you ready? Are you really ready for that? And so this is why I say y'all need to wait. Okay, so you wait a little while. You get what you want to accomplish. Even if you haven't accomplished it, you know where you're going. You still have goals and dreams and aspirations. And even if you marry somebody and you're not there yet, y'all can build like Tabitha did with her husband. This is why the narrative doesn't need to be, oh, I'm gonna pray for Wendy. Fuck Wendy Williams. Fuck that man. That man, she shouldn't even address that man. What she should have addressed is the narrative that we as black people can struggle together. We as black people can build together. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Take that religious shit and throw it and flush that shit down the toilet. Now, she, I know she, I'm a little speck on the spectrum of this internet thing, and I know she's not going to see this. But if she saw this, I'm pretty sure her response would be, "Well, God is the one that made me, gave me the power to go through all of that." No, he ain't. You giving credit to somebody that doesn't even exist. I gave you. If that's the case, if that's the case, why don't you give it to Buddha? He's a god. Why don't you give it to Allah? He's a god. That's the Christian religion. Why don't you give it to Yahweh? He's a God. Why don't you give it to Buddha? Krishna. What are some of the other gods in this world? Huh? What are some of the other gods' names? Um, let's look it up. Let's look it up. And I'm sorry about doing this. I should have had this prepared for you guys. Zeus, Poseidon. You know, the first thing I just typed in names of gods, and you want to give a god a credit, give those guys credit. Don't give the God of the Bible the credit, because that God is just all these gods, and your God is right. You're giving credit to this God. I don't get it. I don't. So God is not the driving force behind you. Your mentality is the driving force behind you. You know how I know? Because here it is, somebody that opposes what you believe in, as far as your religious beliefs, looks at you as a mentor, as far as your relationship. Those are the keys that we want to understand, that black people should be wanting to understand and overstand, is how did you go through those ups and downs and those trials and tribulations and not tear each other up? How did you go through that and not belittle your husband? How did your husband go through this and not, come home and tear you down? How did these things work in the relationship so we can build and learn from that? That's the key. That's the key. Not God. God didn't do nothing for y'all. God didn't do that for you. You did it. Y'all two did it. Once again, I salute y'all. I don't care. And here's the thing. I don't care how delusional she is when it comes to religion. I salute them for their relationship. I've seen, like I said, I follow this queen on social media, so I've seen her do things for other family members, and it reminds me of me. And I think I might be a little bit older than her. I don't know, but that's the way I want my relationship to be. That's the things that I want us to gravitate towards. Like when I'm down, she pulls it. When she's down, I pull her. Then when we get our shit together and we build, baby, shit, you ain't got to do shit. Whichever one of us breaks, whichever one of us bust out, that's how it is. That's how it should be. That should be the narrative. If we never bust out, what if we never bust out? It took her 15 years to bust out. What if we never bust out? What if we never have that moment and say, God, man, but we're surviving, you know? And then that's what I said. That's why I think people on here, there's people that has been in relationships for 20, 30, 40 years. You guys need to break that down and talk about the love, the struggle, the respect, the admiration that you guys have for each other. That's the narrative. That's the number one narrative. I love it. She briefly talks about it. She doesn't really go into it, but that's is the narrative. That's where you guys listen. My wife doesn't want to be on this shit. I said it a long time ago to her. I'm like, we need to let people know the love that we have for each other. When I slip, she's there to pick me up. When she slipped, I'm there to pick her up. Because I never did like the narrative that a lot of these social influencers were talking about. Like, if you're broke, if you don't have a job, you don't deserve a woman. If you're not doing this, you don't deserve. Everybody deserves somebody, man. But what is that person doing to better your life? What is that person doing to enhance your life? Does that person have dreams, goals, drives? We've talked about this. And these are the things that's going to keep you guys in a healthy, loving relationship. Because what's better to build with it? What better scenario is there than to build with each other? Not she got a money or he got money, then y'all come together and y'all really just got your own thing going on. Y'all really not. No, 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 no. Y'all get it together. Hey, baby, let me do this so you can build. I'm gonna stay here while you build, vice versa. Well, baby, come on. You go and build and build and build and grow, and I'm gonna hold it down. And then now I come back and take you up and bring you up with me. That's the key, family. That's what we should be talking about. That's her narrative. That's for one of you guys that love, your wife and you guys have been through that struggle. That's what black people need to see, family. I'm telling you, I promise you, that's what black people need to see. They don't need to see all this hustling, separatism, hate towards the other gender because it separates us. I know it's probably going to be slow. Listen, it's going to be slow and boring because what you're trying to do is bring both sides together. And the easiest thing on this thing to do is to say, a fat woman can't have a man. Now all the fat women on the planet gonna come over here and try to crucify me, and I'm just gonna stick to my point. You can't have a man. All you do, you have a man now. Where's your man at? See, that's why, like I said, fat women can't have a man. Women with flat asses can't have a man. And all the flat ass women gonna call in and be like, "Fuck you! You don't know what you're talking about. Where's your man?" See, being that person that antagonize other people, that that sells. Because people want to be entertained. They want to argue and they want to be entertained. But people, I'm telling you, it got to be a couple on here. I know this is about Tabitha, but now, because I know she's not going to do it because she's going to do it about God, but there has to be a couple on here that can talk about building the relationship without this religion shit and teaching our black people how it's done. I know it. I know it. I feel it. That's why I'm doing the video today because, like I said, I love her work, but I know there's somebody out there that can hear me, that can see those videos that I posted. Listen, family, it's about building with each other. It truly is, man. It truly is. I believe that to my core. I believe that to my core. We have been indoctrinated in this system the wrong way, where we look at you as uh, a trophy, and then the women look at us as a come up. And instead of saying we're a union, and the come up is us being together, working together, and then one of us making it. No, that's not the come up. But that should be the come up. Once again, man, there's a lot of things I wish I would have done differently. Like if I would have been married to my wife 20 years ago, I'm pretty sure I am 100% sure she would have pushed me in the direction of taking my money and investing my money in something. Pretty sure she would have did that for me. But I was out there. I'm not a big jewelry guy. I'm not a big, you know, I'm not a flashy cat, but I definitely was buying stuff that I shouldn't have been buying and doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. I could have waited. But I just want to say there's an influencing couple that can take what Tabitha did. Because not what she said. It's not what she said. Listen to me. It's not about what she said. Like I said, I love the part that she's giving back to her family, and I would love to be able to just go to my mama, drop her off a brand new car, and bounce. I think all of us would love to do that. This is somebody that's just doing cooking videos. Come on, man. We can all learn from this shit. And I'm looking into the podcast myself. I'm looking into doing it right myself. Okay, so once again, like I told y'all, I'm about to change it up. But if these people, once again, we got to learn from other people. I'm not I'm not completely just off my rocker. I have to learn from her. If you can do this just from videos, come on, man. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? All right. But anyway, man, like I said, the couple that on here that want to really get on here and show it, I think that's the right way to do it. I think you guys should think about it and get on here, man, and show black unity, black love. I love it. Just take the religious stuff out of it because which God you gonna go with? Let's not go. So since there's so many gods, let's just take God out the equation and let's talk about how did you handle XYZ. All right. Once again, man, I do this because I love y'all. Hotel.